Hello and welcome back to FilmPro Productivity and Success, the podcast that helps film professionals and other creative people, all creative people I like to think, to live a more focused, effective and happy life. My name is Carter Ferguson and this is episode 139, 3 Pearls of Invaluable Wisdom. There are always lessons to be found in the darkest moments. It's a moral obligation to dig deep and find that little glimmer of hope or pearl of wisdom. Andrea Pirlo, unquote. As we all know, a pearl of wisdom is a piece of wise advice. It's something that is metaphorically as precious as pearls. And this phrase has been about for centuries, and it came about, I believe, as pearls themselves take a very long time to form, just like the wise words of knowledge that they are compared to. And this, folks, is another short episode, a minisode I like to refer to it as, and it actually is a little bit harder for me to do a short episode. It's a lot more effort to do a short episode, believe it or not, than a long one, but I can absolutely assure you it's packed full of invaluable advice. Without further ado then, I ask you to settle down and listen up to these 3 pearls of productivity wisdom. The first of these is a topic which I almost did a whole show on, but I think it's just enough to represent a third of a show rather than one whole show. And it's something I've noticed when I'm trying to promote myself. It's something I've noticed when I'm trying to get work. It's something I've noticed when I'm trying to raise funds or whatever. And the phrase is this: don't go fishing where there ain't no fish. I'll say that one more time. Don't go fishing where there ain't no fish. It's a metaphorical expression that advises against wasting your time, your efforts, or your resources on endeavours that are unlikely to yield any of the desired results or benefits that you're seeking. Instead, it suggests you should focus on opportunities or situations where there is a higher likelihood of success or fulfillment. And in a literal sense, when you go fishing, the primary goal is to catch fish. And if you choose a location where there aren't no fish, you will likely spend a lot of time and effort without achieving your desired outcome. And similarly, in various aspects of life, whether it's pursuing your career or searching for opportunities or investing resources, it's crucial to direct your efforts towards the things that offer a higher probability of success. In short, if you want to be successful, and that's the name of the podcast, if you want to be successful, then you need to be strategic and selective in choosing where you invest your time, your energy, and your resources. You absolutely must identify and target opportunities or situations where there is a greater chance of achieving your goals or finding whatever else you are seeking. So stop wasting your time and efforts in areas where you've got no chance of success or historically you've got absolutely nowhere, and focus instead on areas with potential. Because only by doing this will you increase your odds of success and maximize the effectiveness of your efforts. So that one is just, don't go fishing where there ain't no fish. Think about it, apply it to your life, and I gift it to you. Second up, perfection. And I've done a show about this already. I think it was episode 6 or something like that. Perfection is not possible, nor is it productive. Do you hear me? This is a productivity show. Listen to what I'm saying. Perfection is not possible, nor is it productive. As I've said in the show many times before, striving for absolute perfection is both unattainable and counterproductive. Simply put, absolute perfection is an unrealistic and impractical goal. When you pursue perfection, you set unattainable standards for yourself or others that are working with you, perhaps, which will lead to frustration, stress, and disappointment. Perfectionism hinders progress and it hinders productivity because the quest for flawlessness will always consume excessive time, energy, and resources. And by recognizing this, by recognizing that absolute perfection is not possible, it will allow you to accept your inherent imperfections as a human being. It'll encourage you to shift your focus from an unattainable ideal to a more realistic approach that values progress, growth, and learning from your mistakes. So instead of striving for an unattainable perfection, it is far more productive to pursue excellence, continuous improvement, and the achievement of meaningful goals. Because by embracing imperfection and focusing instead on your progress, you will maintain a healthier mindset, you'll make practical decisions, and channel your efforts into areas that yield tangible results. And I used to strive for perfection. I understand perfectionism, but I also understand how it held me back. I'll never forget a job interview, and they said to me, it might even have been an audition or something, like, what are your strengths? And I said perfectionism, like smart, thinking I was, saying the right thing. And I was probably like 17 when I said that. But thinking back, if I was asked the question again now, I would say not that I am a perfectionist. I wouldn't say that anymore, but I would say that I strive for excellence. And I have had criticism in the past for someone who misunderstands what I'm saying when I say this. I am aiming for very, very good. And my very, very good is very, very good. At least as good as I can manage within the budgetary constraints, the time constraints, or the skill set that is available to me. It is not an attitude, what's the attitude? A that'll do attitude. I don't have a that will do attitude. I have a I'll do the best that I can. And sometimes that best is not as good as I would like it to be. But I do say to myself on occasion, done is better than perfect. And that will always help me to get past perfectionism. But that doesn't mean that I'll do the worst possible job that I can with the least amount of effort just to move past it. I'm definitely struggling at the moment with the work that I'm doing on my short film, The Traveller, and I'm trying not to have that'll do attitude. And there's a lot of people still putting a lot of effort into fixing some problems, specifically with VFX blue screen, which I have used in the past and has not worked out the way I had hoped it would work out, and we're trying to make that as good as possible. I can tell you now, it will not be perfect, but I will get that done to a reasonably high level, and the film will be completed. I can't work forever, endlessly, on something which will never complete. So that's one where definitely I'm not going to get perfection, but I will get pretty darn good. And that's as much as I can hope for at this point in time. The point is that perfection is not possible, nor is it productive. If I had aimed for perfection on The Traveller, it would never, ever, ever be released. Finally, here today, the third pearl of wisdom is what's for you will not go by you. I'll say it again. What's for you will not go by you. And this is a Scottish proverb, and one that my mum said to me many times as I struggled through my acting career. And that was another life ago, but it is still an adage that I live by. It's the belief that if something is meant to be yours, or if there is an opportunity or an outcome that is truly meant for you, it will ultimately be within your reach. And this is perhaps more about headspace than anything else, as it implies that there is a greater force or plan at play in our lives which guides us towards what is meant to be. What's important for me in this is that when you face a disappointment, and let's face it, in the freelance creative world, we do face disappointment quite a lot at the time. This mindset provides comfort and reassurance in situations where we feel disappointed or are discouraged by missed opportunities or setbacks. It helps us to heal and move on to the next potential opportunity. And it also teaches us that if we have missed out on something, or if a particular outcome did not go our way, it simply was not meant to be, and something else, perhaps even better, awaits us in the future. We should never overly fret or worry about things that are beyond our control, because ultimately what is truly meant will find its way to us. It builds faith in the timing and direction of our lives, and allows us to navigate through uncertainty with patience. In essence, what's for you will not go by you. It's a reminder to have faith in the greater plan of destiny, to let go of what is not meant for you, and to embrace the opportunities that are genuinely aligned with your path and your purpose. And this may sound a little bit like I'm verging into the secret territory, and I buy into this, by the way, not because I really believe in The Secret, which I did a show about last season, you'll understand where I stand on that, but because I do believe in the Stoic concept of control. It teaches us that we can't always control what happens to us, but we can always decide how we react to it. Our response is our responsibility. It's a choice, and that's what's for you will not go by you. Let's recap then on what I've brought up today. There's value in this, and I hope you can find the time to consider it. Number one, don't go fishing where there ain't no fish. Don't waste your time somewhere where you're not going to get what you want. 2, perfection is not possible, nor is it productive. If you keep working on something endlessly, aiming for perfection, you'll never get there. And while you're wasting your time trying to achieve that perfection, you're losing the opportunity to do other things, new things, potentially make more income, create more art, whatever. So beware of this. Perfection is not possible, nor is it productive. And finally, a headspace thing. What's for you will not go by you. What's for you will not go by you. So, that's it. I'm enjoying these mini shows, by the way, and I'm also enjoying not giving too much away on what will be on the next one. Simply put, if you're liking what you hear, please subscribe on the podcast app of your choice and tune in next week to find out more. Please do go and subscribe if you've not done so already. It's so important that I get people subscribing, and if you've got the time and the effort and the wherewithal, I'd also really appreciate it if you've not done so already, if you would go on to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. And that's very, very valuable. Another thing that's very valuable is if you're listening to this show on your phone, screen grab it and post it to social media saying you enjoyed the show. All of these things help the show to find new listeners. All of these things help the show to move forward. So thank you for that. Let's end today, though, with some Stoic words about wisdom from Epictetus, who said, "It is impossible to begin to learn that which one thinks one already knows." Now take control of your own destiny, keep on shooting, and join me next time on FilmPro Productivity and Success. The music that you can hear right now is Adventures by a Himitsu, and you can view the show notes, the full show notes for this episode on the official website only, and that is filmproproductivity.com. You can also follow my personal accounts on Twitter and Instagram at fight_director, or follow the show on Twitter, the official one on Twitter, at filmproprodpod. Please support the show by subscribing, spreading the word, and leaving an awesome review.